Humanoid robots are professional service robots built to mimic human motion and interaction. Like all service robots, they provide value by automating tasks in a way that leads to cost savings and productivity. Humanoid robots are a relatively new form of professional service robot. While long dreamt about, they're now starting to become commercially viable in a wide range of applications. The humanoid robot market is poised for significant growth. It's projected the market for humanoid robots will be valued at $3.9 billion in 2023, growing at a staggering 52.1% compound annual growth rate (CAGR) between 2017 and 2023. Of all the types of humanoid robots, bipedal robots are expected to grow at the fastest CAGR during the forecasted period. The rapid expansion of the humanoid robots market is due primarily to the quickly improving capability of these robots and their viability in an ever-widening range of applications. Humanoid robots are being used in the inspection, maintenance, and disaster response at power plants to relieve human workers of laborious and dangerous tasks. Similarly, they're prepared to take over routine tasks for astronauts and space travel. Other diverse applications include providing companionship for the elderly and sick, acting as a guide and interacting with customers in the role of receptionist, and potentially even being a host for the growth of human transplant organs. There is a wide range of tasks a humanoid robot can automate, from dangerous rescue to compassionate care. The ways in which these robots are deployed are constantly expanding, and as the underlying technology improves, the market will follow suit. After dominating the electric vehicle market and throwing his hat into the billionaire space race, Tesla boss Elon Musk announced the latest frontier he's aiming to conquer: humanoid robots. So let's see what is TeslaBot, what Elon Musk had to say, and what is the future for humanoid robots. At the company's first AI Day, Chief Executive Elon Musk gave a preview of the TeslaBot, a 5-foot 8-inch robot with a screen for a face, weighing about 125 pounds and capable of moving at about 5 miles per hour. Slow enough for people to run away from, and small enough so a human could overpower it, Musk joked. He said a prototype is expected next year. Musk said a humanoid robot is a logical next step for Tesla since, he said, it's already the world's biggest robotics company, with its cars basically robots. The humanoid robot will use all of the tools in Tesla's vehicles, sensors, cameras, neural networks, etc., to autonomously navigate the outside world. We're making the pieces that would be useful for a humanoid robot, so we should probably make it. If we don't, someone else will, and we want to make sure it's safe, Musk said. I think this will be quite profound, Musk added, speculating that the robot could eventually change how the world works. While it could be used for things as basic as household chores, it's intended for unsafe, repetitive, or boring tasks, he said. Basically, what is the work people would least like to do? In the future, physical labor will be a choice, Musk said, adding that it will likely result in a universal basic income someday. Musk said he hopes the robot is not perceived as something dystopian, and that it could even be your friend. When asked in a Q&A session about the possibility of superhuman AI eventually running amok, Musk said that while that is a concern, Tesla is aiming to make useful or narrow AI that will be used unequivocally for good. When asked how Tesla expects to find a consumer market for the robot, Musk quipped, "Well, you'll just have to see." Earlier in the presentation, Andrej Karpathy, Tesla's head of artificial intelligence and Autopilot vision, gave a detailed description of Tesla's neural network, dubbed the brain of the company's vehicle, and how it utilizes cameras and AI for predictive learning. Other Tesla AI executives laid out Tesla's technological breakthroughs in labeling data and building a super-fast computer to train Autopilot. In addition to showing off its technology, AI Day served as a recruitment event, and Musk encouraged prospective hires to apply for hardware or software jobs at Tesla. "Join our team. Help us build this," he said. The event came as federal regulators have launched another investigation into Autopilot, Tesla's advanced driver assistance system, following several crashes involving parked emergency response vehicles and emergency scenes. Several investigations on Autopilot have been launched by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, including those that have led in deaths. More than a dozen lawsuits have been filed in the United States for alleged Autopilot failures. On Monday, 2 U.S. senators called on the Federal Trade Commission to look into whether Tesla misleads consumers by overstating Autopilot's capabilities. Tesla has long said Autopilot makes driving safer, and that it makes it clear that drivers have to be alert and prepared to take over at any time upon engaging Autopilot. Musk said during Thursday's presentation that Autopilot's basic purpose is to avoid crashes, and said that it does it very well. For equally long, however, critics have said the system gives some drivers a false sense of security and implies self-driving capabilities is well beyond its real-world capabilities. Musk is known for his bold claims that don't always pan out, such as promising for years a completely autonomous Los Angeles to New York trip and plans for a fleet of robo-taxis as early as this year. Musk first announced the idea of holding an AI Day on Twitter in June, saying it would help with Twitter's recruiting efforts. Tesla has held similar special events in the past, including one in June to unveil new vehicles or new vehicle trims, such as the Model S Plaid, and another in September 2020 to highlight its battery technology. Now that we know what the Tesla bot will look like and what it will do, we can look at how Elon Musk's competitors stand on the production of humanoid robots and what the future looks like together with Musk. It has been well documented that there will be an increase in the number of robots over the next decade. According to the Boston Consulting Group, by 2025, robots will perform 25% of all labor tasks. This is due to improvements in performance and reduction in costs. The United States, along with Canada, Japan, South Korea, and the United Kingdom, will be leading the way in robot adoption. The 4 industries leading the charge are computer and electronics production, electrical equipment and appliances, transportation equipment, and machinery. They will account for 75% of all robotic installations by 2025. The growth of robotics will also affect the service industry. In a recent report from Berg Insight, the serviced robot base is expected to install 264.3 million units by 2026. In 2016, 29.6 million service robots were installed worldwide. Humanoid robots, while being one of the smallest groups of service robots in the current market, have the greatest potential to become the industrial tool of the future. Companies like SoftBank Robotics have created human-looking robots to be used as medical assistants and teaching aids. Currently, humanoid robots are excelling in the medical industry, especially as companion robots. University of Southern California professor Maya Matarek has been pairing robots with patients since 2014. Her robots help children with autism copy the motions of socially assistive robots, and in 2015, the robots assisted stroke recovery victims with upper extremity exercises. The patients were more responsive to the exercises when prompted and motivated by the robot. However, companies are now using humanoid robots to fill engineering tasks. A 4-year joint research project was conducted by Joint Robotics Laboratory and Airbus Group to use humanoid robotic technology in aircraft manufacturing facilities. By using humanoid robots on aircraft assembly lines, Airbus looked to relieve human operators of some of the more laborious and dangerous tasks. The human employers could then concentrate on higher value tasks. The primary difficulty is the confined spaces these robots have to work in and being able to move without colliding with the surrounding objects. The Joint Robotics Laboratory developed the new HRP2 and HRP4 robot models with a new robotic movement technology known as multi-contact locomotion. By making use of the entire body to make contact with its environment and not just its feet, this type of robot can climb ladders and enter confined spaces. The multiple points of contact on the robot help to increase a robot's stability and offer better force control when executing a task. Lastly, the anthropomorphic form of these robots offers greater flexibility for operating in different environments.